Banerjee sir with us for Coalescence 2018. And sir, thank you so much for coming on our campus and giving us this opportunity to have an interaction with you and the panel discussion, which was on a very narrow theme, but you tried to cover a broad theme. So, let us start by just how did you actually start this journey? How did you took this path after graduating from IIT?
Yeah, the basic thing that I was saying during the panel discussion also is the bottom line is justice. You have mentioned three bottom lines in your brochure: profit and people and planet. Okay, so my bottom line is justice. That is everywhere. Whether you want to earn profit or you want to save the planet or you want to save people, you must ensure justice. So that is what moved me to this. Because when I was in IIT Kharagpur is based in an area, catchment area where there is tribal. There are tribals, and their condition at that time when I was in IIT was very bad. So that is the thing that moved me. That these people, even after so many years of independence at that time, whatever it was, they were in a very bad shape. So then obviously it's an unjust situation for them. So that has been my principle throughout. That how to ensure justice for those who are being deprived of justice.
So you started your journey long back into now. Is it more optimistic and positive since where it started, or it's same? Or how do you see the future?
No, it's generally definitely deteriorated, because you see there is on one side there is justice and on the other there is power. Where there is power, there will be no justice. You see, so if there is unequal power, then that will affect justice. Some people will be, most people will be different, because power will be in the hands of a few people, and then the rest will be in a situation where they will face various kinds of injustices. That is the thing, graded. Now what has happened is when I started work, the concentration of power was much less globally and in India. Now that concentration has increased, so justice has decreased. You see, in that proportion, now there is a lot more injustice. Okay, there might be debate about that, but basically my feeling is that the justice quotient has gone down.
So, in spite of the inclusion, governance, and a lot of other schemes and policy that have come up in government, we talk about new governance. Do you think it has made any change, or it's just?
See, that there's always this pressure. The people who are being deprived, they will put up some protest or other. And in a democracy, in the most powerful countries in this world, mostly are democratic. If you leave out China and Russia, various other places, you have a formal democracy. The most powerful country in the world, USA, that's democratic. The UK, Japan, all these people, they're all democratic. So when you have a democracy, then you can't just have a unbalanced use of power, because there will always be a check because of the elections and all that. So the game of those people who are in power is to how to keep that that protest that is coming up through democratic processes, how to keep it at bay. So then you have to give some concession. So that is how all these things come up. But there is not any actual intention of making things better. See, so if you take all this rhetoric that comes mostly from the World Bank and the UN, all these organizations. So these organizations are giving this rhetoric, but these organizations are controlled by those people who are in power, who have nothing to do with this rhetoric. So that is how, and the most worrying part of it all is that the academic, in a society, the leadership for progress or development will come from the academia, okay, and the other is if there is any ideology that has to be pushed forward, so then you need the media also. Okay, so these two are controlled by these people who are in power. So they decide what is the kind of discourse that is going to be there. Whereas if a guy like me who is against that discourse, So to publicize that discourse, then there is only YouTube. And
Yes.
YouTube normally all my videos you will see. So there are a few videos of mine. There, if you go and see, there will be 500 views or 400 views like that. There is only one video that I have uploaded that has more than 1 lakh views, but that is not about me. It is about the Adivasis. They have a cultural form of myth telling, singing of myths.
Yes.
So I made a short 17-minute clip of that and put it up. So that has gone over 1 lakh because those Adivasis are viewing it. It's not because people in power are viewing it. So you can see that what is the situation here, that those who are powerless, they have very little chance of getting anywhere near a situation where it's better. And even those people like me who are saying that we want to help you, we are also not going to be heard in that sense. So that is a problem.
So what do you feel when we talk about development sphere, globalization, and Make in India 2020? There's so many schemes which are coming up, and like since we are sitting in IIFM, and today we discussed about river interlinking project. It's surprising that Supreme Court has given nod for it. EIA approval has been there, and when people raise their voice against it, sometimes their views is anti-development or lobbying. And as students here, we would like to have some different perspective.
Well, this whole thing about water resources is mainly a decision regarding water resource utilization.
Right.
So this problem, this perception is widespread that if you build dams and use that water for irrigation, that is a very good use of water resources. Whereas actually it is not true. There is a lot of data that proves that it is not true. And in fact, you can have more data to show that it is not true. But all that data is with the government. Okay, so if you want, for instance, I had a debate yesterday over the past 2 or 3 days with a person called Yoginder Alag. He's a famous economist, and he is part of he was part of the team that designed the Sardar Sarovar project and all that. So the basic debate with him was regarding this whole thing of data. On what basis you are designing dams in the river? It is to be on the basis of the flow in the river. What is the flow in the river? And what are the factors? Like for instance, today the flow is something. It might not be the same tomorrow because because that flow is a dynamic quantity. Okay, there are various factors. So you will have to take into consideration. First, you have to take all those factors properly. You have to estimate those factors properly to model that flow. And secondly, you have to take into consideration that we are designing a dam that is going to operate for 30 years. What are the possibilities of this flow increasing or decreasing over that 30-year period? What will be the changes in those factors? So it's a very complex procedure. So they don't have that data. So they made an arbitrary calculation that the flow at that Sardar Sarovar dam point would be 34.5 billion cubic meters a year at 75% dependability. So some year it is more, some year it is less, like that rainfall. It depends on the rainfall. So generally they said that at 75% dependability, the flow at the point where they are making that Sardar Sarovar dam in the Narmada river will be 34.5 billion cubic meters per year. Actually, it is 24. At the time of design itself, it was 27 by various other estimates. But they took that 34 because they wanted to design what Manojji was saying, that they wanted to make bigger dams. So they took 34, whereas it was actually 27 at that time. Now over the period of 30-40 years, it has reduced to 24 because of greater groundwater extraction and greater deforestation. So now but that also is all based on estimates. Actually, you can get a clear idea of what that flow is because the Central Water Commission measures the flow. But that data is confidential. They won't give it to you. We are trying hard to get that data, but they know that why should we give it to Rahul Banerjee? This fellow is going to blow the top of all this. So they are not giving. So this is the kind of problem that you face. That the people in power who are tasked with the responsibility of collecting proper data so that the design is proper.
Right.
Okay, unless you get good data, how can you design?
Right.
So they are the people. The state actually has to collect the data and put it in public domain.
Right.
Okay, so the data is there. You know this is the data.
Mm.
Then the state fellows will say something. We will say something.
Mm.
Okay, there will be a broad discussion, and finally you will reach a
Absolutely,
better
yes.
approximation as to what should be the design,
Right.
or whether there are other methods of water resource development
Right.
other than dams and all that. All those things, but that discussion is not there.
Mm.
And that discussion is not allowed to take place. That is why a judge is sitting there in Supreme Court. He doesn't know anything about water resource and all that. You know, how is he the arbiter of this decision whether they should link rivers or not? You know, why is it going to that extent over there? And finally, he doesn't know. So he is under that influence that yes, dams are good generally, and then he will say that okay, you have and that. So that's the problem. You know, everything you can't go to the Supreme Court. They can decide on a case of whether your right to life is being impinged on or not. Now the situation is you are going to them with cleaning sewers, whether railway lines should be built somewhere or not. You know, which is the kind of energy you have to use. That should be the domain of some other people. But those people who are supposed to decide that, they decide wrongly. Then a guy like me comes up and says that no, this is wrong, and then eventually that goes to the Supreme Court, who themselves don't have an idea as to what is the correct answer. So they give some arbitrary decision and we have to go along with that. That is what is happening.
That is really good insight. So sir, in your words, what are the next major challenges for India and world in next coming decade or 15?
See, the two major challenges are energy and water. Clearly, because if you see, there is this thing of how much water is required per capita requirement of water. I forget the value. There is some value, and we are way below that value. We are already water stressed. You know that given our high population and our lack of saving that water, whatever precipitation is taking place. What is the availability? Precipitation is there. But after that, what is that availability? That you have to use groundwater storage to increase that availability. Because surface storage, you can't store so much water. But that is not being done. So as a consequence, we have water stress. So the important thing is that and if we do that, the best way to improve water availability is artificial recharge and afforestation. Okay, both these methods are community-based methods. You give it to a government, these fellows will never be able to do it. You empower the community, explain to them that this is, and there are examples, you must have heard of Hure Bazaar and all these. Have you heard of Hure Bazaar? It's in Ahmednagar. That's one example. There are many throughout the country who started doing this, increasing the soil and water conservation and the forest conservation, and they have become self-sufficient in water. Okay, so they have removed their water stress. So this can be done throughout the country. If you do that, you simultaneously address the problem of global warming also, because you have more forests, so they are going to suck in more of the carbon dioxide. So it's both things. If you take care of water stress, you take care of one aspect of global warming also, the sucking part. The other aspect is that you are letting out so many carbon gases. Okay, mainly from the way you are using energy. Okay, and we are fossil fuel deficient, energy deficient country. In crude oil, coal we have coal, but coal again is problematic. Okay, if it's burnt in this way and this thing. So this area also we should work. You know, so you have a combination of solar. Solar, the problem, we have a huge amount of solar energy. But the problem with solar energy is that it is unreliable. Sometimes you get a lot of energy, at other times, like when it's clouded like this, you won't get much energy. So you can't depend only on solar, you have to have some thermal generation. So that thermal generation, instead of doing it from coal, gas and all these things, or nuclear, you can do it from biomass. You have already, because of your water conservation thing, you have a huge amount of biomass. Your agriculture also is producing biomass. So it takes just about 5 to 6 kilos to produce 1 unit of electricity from that biomass. So you have that huge biomass, you use it, you produce. So that gives you the stable electricity. So combination of biomass, I mean it's all interlinked. You have addressed your water stress, so as a consequence you have a lot of biomass which you can use to produce your energy. So then, and that that energy is less, it's renewable and it's less, I mean, when you, incineration of biomass anaerobic and then that's less, it produces carbon but produces less. But whatever carbon it produces is then absorbed by the forests, okay, growing forests. So a combination of this thing, your renewable energy system, biogas is also there. That is also produces a lot of, you can produce electricity from biogas. In fact, in the country, in some places, the sewage that is there, that is treated and it produces electricity. You know, in some very small places, there are these successful examples, but it's not being, you know, spread out for various other reasons. So you can have, these are the two main areas, and if you address them, you can address them in a decentralized manner with community participation, both energy and water. Then you take care of the equity and you know that this thing part also, the livelihood part also in that. So it's all linked together. You address energy and water in this way, renewable way. Then you'll automatically address livelihoods also, and then you'll have a better kind of system. And in fact, you can ensure that women, you know, that's another axis on which we are in bad shape. So that also can be addressed, because then in a decentralized system, women will have better say of whatever it is. So all these axes, the gender is also a major axis according to me, because we are in the cleft stick. We are because of gender patriarchy. So patriarchy, water, energy, according to me, are the most serious problems. Apart from this caste and all is there, but that of course is a different discussion altogether.
Right. So any positivity that you have seen changing the landscape or developing? There must be some positives.
Yes, there is, but it's on a very small scale. You know, see, the whole thing has to come at the government level.
Right.
You know, so even if solar energy, we work on solar energy. Right. It's a big grind trying to get anything implemented, because there's no government. This rhetoric is there, but there's no support for decentralized solar energy or decentralized biomass energy generation and all that. So unless the government policy changes, or even in say gender and all that, patriarchy and things like that, the maximum amount of sexual violence takes place within the home. Right. You know, what is coming out in the papers is the external stuff. The stuff that is going on in the home that remains suppressed. So who knows what's happening? But then, so that is not being addressed at all. You know, so many women, because my wife works with all these women, so we continuously come up with these stories in the way they are being oppressed by their husbands. So what to talk of other people? So all these things are there. So unless you have the government, having moves in this direction, it's very difficult. You will have people, one or two people here and there doing something, but you won't have a situation where things will change. That whole thing will improve.
Right.
The justice situation, it's not going to improve.
Great. So, sir, any closing remarks as to how you experienced IFM has been, this new association?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, there was not much interaction with the students. That should be better. You know, instead of having a panel discussion where we hold forth something, it should be a situation in which you place a problem and then have everybody discuss that problem. You decide whatever problem. You can decide on any problem, and then you have the person like me comes in as a facilitator, asking questions. You know, so that okay, this is a problem. How do you solve it? Somebody gives an answer, then you put questions in that. So that is a better learning experience. I have some set views. I'll give my stuff. Somebody else will come and give their stuff and all that. But like here, you ask what are the problems, why it's not happening.
Right.
All this kind of discussion cannot take place in that thing.
Right.
So you should decide that okay, this is one problem, either gender, energy, water, whatever, anything.
Yes.
Now let's discuss this problem.
Right.
Because I have more experience, I can tell you various dimensions of that. But then you might have a better solution. Who knows? You might you might start thinking about that, and then you might have a better solution. Like we had some guests yesterday, and the kid, we have I've told you about this, that we have a water system.
Yes.
So this kid who is just 7 years old, he asked his father about that. You know, so the father was because there was some other busy stuff, so his father was saying, "नहीं अभी मत पूछो ऐसा करके, I said, there's nothing doing. The fellow has asked, and then I explained, I took everything and I explained everything to him. And I said that nobody knows that from where the spark of inspiration will come. So never give up. So this guy at 7 years is asking, you give it to him, you never know, he might become a water warrior in later this thing. You see, so that is the kind of thing. So you have a discussion, open discussion, lot of things. Somebody might, take that up from among you, said that, yeah, these are the things I want to work on, and might do something that's changing, game changing kind of.
Definitely. Yeah. So, sir, with that we close, and I hope these remarks will be passed on to the junior batch, and next year again, or in few months, we're going to have you back on campus for more discussions.
Thank you.